You're dead to me. Call the cops on you're dead to me. Yeah, you are too. You've been dead. You've been dead more than I need you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Nice flow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead. You too. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because your other two kids are going to be miserable just like you. Oh, go ahead. Jerk off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All because of you. All because of you. All because of you.
I don't argue. That's just not in me. It's just done off of spite and being malicious intent on the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that.
Salute, Goodbreads, and welcome to the Mr.Goodbread reaction channel, where we learn how not to be a dummy from some well-paid dummies. And we got a good one today, guys. We watch these stars, so we learn how the regular folks, the regular sheeps without the money, is gonna be acting. Today, guys, we got Mena and Safaree. Now, they've been on the low ever since Mena and her child support scam. Remember, guys, this is the female that she was so happy she went out there and celebrated because she won full custody. And these celebrity girls, they win full custody for the check, for the money, because they don't even have custody of these kids. They can't have custody of these kids in order to keep the money, their money rolling in. They getting flown out all over the world, so they can't have their kids. They actually win custody in court and then go set the kid up with a babysitter, guys.
$105 in child support each month.
Are you kidding me? That all of this financial burden with my children is on me? This is not fair. When a man shows you who he is, you have to believe him. When anybody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Like if he doesn't have to pay nothing of it? Nothing? That's the stuff that comes with being a woman that is so ride or die about love. God, this is up.
Ladies and gentlemen, learn your partner before you jump ahead and fall in love with the words and all of that stuff that make up this fairy tale. Because when no one's looking, that's when everything just goes left.
Financially, the kids are my responsibility. I have primary custody of them. Damn.
But I'm strong. And I'm here. I will always believe in love. Love is real. But I'm gonna take time to love on me and pour on me. And I wanna learn this new woman that I am. This woman that has learned to emotionally be in control.
But remember, I told you guys, cameras are your friends. So Safaree, he caught her. He recorded it and he got her acting a fool. And peep how she acts a fool in front of the kids when they run around here talking about the best interest of the child is these kids.
At the end of the day, it shouldn't even have happened, because I should have just noticed certain things when it came to parenting. You know, when you're with someone for 3 years and they have a child, and you probably saw the child 3 to 4 times because the child was put off to go live with somebody else. But when you aren't with somebody and it doesn't work out, and the two of you are just like in a weird space and everything is a fight, especially in front of the kids, like, I'm not gonna subject myself to that. My kids have never, ever seen me upset. My kids have never heard me yell.
Bitch, you're dead. Call the cops on you're dead to me. Yeah, you are too. You've been dead. You've been dead more than I need you. No. Before I need you. Remember that. Nice flow, Linda. Yeah, go ahead. You too, bitch. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because your other two kids are going to be miserable just like you. Oh, fuck all of y'all. Go ahead. Jerk off. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All because of you. All because of you. All because of you.
I don't argue. That's just not in me. It's just done off of spite and being malicious intent on the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that. You know, when people look at me, I don't look like I'm carrying stress. I don't look like I'm losing weight. I don't look like I'm just harboring so much hate inside me that it physically begins to show. I was filming Love and Hip Hop, Miami, and I had my kids here calling, oh, where the kids at? What they do? Oh, you better not be filming with the kids. Oh. First of all,
it's up on social media, so you know, Erica Mena, she wasn't gonna take that line down. She immediately tweeted, and it goes as follows: all my home footage alone, just in May, of you trying to get into my house and begging for me to take you back will shut down everything you just tried to put out on me. I'm getting advice from my lawyer not to, because it's better for the courts. But if you want to take it there, we can. Then she also followed up with, if you want to do a whole video, he didn't do a whole video, man. You were caught on his surveillance camera. You did the whole video. He just went and got his footage, man. And it's a good thing he got the footage, because it'll be his word over yours when the cops come to assess the situation. Keep in mind, guys, I don't know for those of you that's following the entertainment news, but we have a situation like this. The Nikki Bella and Artem Chitsevink situation is just like this. See, he ain't have the cameras, but Safaree got them cameras. Let's get back to what she said. You were in my home, once again, trying to so-called get your family back. And if you want to take it there, which I'd rather kinda not, and just save it for the courts, I have you in my Ring camera begging to get into my house. So you gonna try to shame this man because he wanna do the right thing. You saying that he wanted to get his family back. These kids need fathers. We all say that, right? Kids need their fathers. So you are admitting that he been trying to get back with you. It's not good though, Safaree. Don't be thirsty. Don't be thirsty. You know what I mean? But I get it. I can get it. You had property there. You had property there. And what she says, I have you in my Ring camera begging to get into my house this very same week on numerous occasions. Please do not make me take it there and post all my home videos of you begging on your knees for me to take you back in front of our kids, because you know I would. Wow. 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 This is that baby mama drama, because y'all meet each other and y'all do not spend enough time learning each other. And none of these people tricked each other. Safaree didn't trick Erica, and Erica didn't trick Safaree. Safaree knew he was dealing with a green section, a mismanagement. He knew that. Likewise, she knew she was dealing with a Pookie. She knew she was dealing with a hot at the time person. He was dope at the time, because that was Nicki Minaj throwaway. So Erica Mena say, I could get some status if I mess with one of Nicki Minaj throwaways, you know what I mean? Granted, that was the best thing that happened to Nicki Minaj, because she ain't been, her lyrics haven't been the same since. But guys, let's get into something deeper. Let's dig into how we could avoid this for man and for women. For man and for women, how can we avoid this? By working on ourselves, gang. By working on us. Knowing us, learning us before we allow the partner to learn us. Because 9 times out of 10, y'all dealing with people that don't know them. So if the partner you dealing with don't know them and you don't know yourself, then they're going to end up controlling you. They're going to use you. All right, y'all? So let love break this thing down.
Because, you know, everybody ain't self-aware. Everybody ain't in tune with being accountable for their mistakes. Everybody not learning the lessons from their behavior. And then, of course, everybody can't take a straightening. And it's just how it is. You know, we all based on how you raised, how you behave as an adult has to do with your beliefs, right? You get your beliefs from how you was raised. And like I was just saying, everybody doesn't have a same level of self-awareness, meaning I am consciously familiar with my patterns, or, you know, accountable for my mistakes, or I'm able to articulate, not just spot them, but articulate back and use them, lessons I've learned from things that's going on in my life. And then everybody can't take a straightening, we know that. But I want to share with y'all from a genuine space, like how you create a sense of peace mentally, right? And this goes for male, female, young, old. Like when we talk about the idea of me cleaning up my mental space, making it where as a person, before I mix with anybody else, before I tell a female outside of me or a male outside of me to be my peace, right? Before I do any of that, can I create peace for myself? Because a lot of people don't realize the demons they fight in the peace that they cannot acquire, the shit that's going on with them, it's coming from them. Like it's coming from internal stuff. And you're thinking, you know, because the things around you, your environment make you feel some type of way or even feel at all negative or positive, you believe the cause is that stuff. But really, it starts with, can you even quiet your own thoughts? Can you create a space of peace for yourself? Are you good with yourself? First off, like, can you say that without being attached to another individual, outside of family, outside of what you know, past survival, can you say, you know what, I'm good with me? Not satisfied to the point where I'm not trying to grow or create goals or elevate or anything like that, but am I okay with me? Am I aware enough of my own self, my inner, the way that I think, my beliefs, my integrity, my values, my ethics? Am I aware of this shit enough to say that, you know what, I fuck with me? And because I fuck with me, I'm at peace with just being me. I can sit with myself. So if I go through a breakup, if I lose a job, if I got money, if I don't got money, if I got a bunch of friends, if I don't got a bunch of friends, if I'm up or if I'm down, can I say that I'm satisfied with myself enough to keep going? Am I gonna get suicidal? Am I gonna get into a deep depression? Am I gonna get so attached to outside things, right, as the focus, to where I ain't good with sitting with me, so I can't really be alone? Am I good enough to say that I deserve not to just be isolated and be alone? Because it is negative for the human mind. See, a lot of people think, oh, well, me being single or me being by myself or me not fucking with a lot of people and being all right with that is healthy, it's good, ain't nothing wrong with it. It is something wrong with it. If this is what you've told yourself is gonna be your long-term situation, there is very much a lot of hurt, demons, unhealed trauma in that, as it is in people that are attaching themselves and people pleasing all of their life, or for a long season of their life. All of that requires healing. So I'm gonna go back to what I was saying, right? What I want to share with y'all is the actual instructions on how to create peace for yourself. And just to understand the concept, and that it works, and that it's powerful, and that it's real, and that if you do it, move on it without a doubt, it'll work for you, male, female, young, old, regardless of your background, right? In order for it to work, you got to understand where we get our bullshit from, right? And you got to be real with yourself. Like, I'm going to be honest, regardless of what my culture tells me to feel about certain things that have went on with me, I'm going to look at it for what it is, right? So there's a certain realness that's required in order to create mental peace for yourself, in order to create a space of my aura is good, my light is shining, like I got that inner heartbeat, but also that second one that's coming from another dimension of me existing outside of just my physical, right? And some of y'all that's going over your head, but I'm gonna bring it down real simple. But I want to read y'all something, right? Because I know a lot of y'all don't fucking read, so I'm gonna just read to y'all. It says, children who are hurt by their parents will usually blame themselves. It says this is actually a very clever survival adaptation that keeps the bond with our parents strong, right? So the point of this is so that you can keep the bond with your parents strong. Why? Why do I, as a child, want to keep the bond with my parents strong? Because we need them to keep us alive. Our mind doesn't want to think of them as being bad because it's survival. This means that when we are treated badly, we assume it's our fault, that we are bad. Because thinking of our parents as bad is far too frightening for our survival. If you're a child, if you're dependent upon your parents, right, for your shelter, your food, your water, for you to be in a space where you feel safety, where you feel like there's a future, where you feel like you will continue to exist, you have to look at them. It is a must, right? as an adolescent, as a dependent, as a child, it is a must that you view them as a safe space. This is why children are innocent, because if you understand this psychological part, this scientific part, this natural part of this, right, they don't have a choice but to believe that these people are good for them even while doing them wrong. They just make it where they take the blame for the stuff that's happening to them. And so if you're an adult, you got to take yourself back to when you were a child, right? It says we need them to be good in order to feel safe. The we is I'm talking about is our parents, right? It says instead we make it a story about ourselves rather than them. So there are certain things that have happened to all of us, because this happens on autopilot. You don't recognize when this is going on. There are things that have happened to all of us as a child, some more traumatic than others. Some are those ACEs, those adverse childhood experiences that have put us in a space where, you know, we have suppressed or created a false reality, right? And this is just a part of survival. It says, instead, we make it a story about ourselves rather than them. It says, this way we keep the illusion that we're in control, and we believe that if we behave better next time, we'll be loved. This is why a lot of adults have the mommy issues or the daddy issues. They have the parent complexes. A lot of individuals that were raised by emotionally immature parents or narcissistic parents. And nowadays we're seeing a rise, especially in our community, of narcissistic black mothers, right? And this projection of, you know, my choices and the consequences, I'm going to project them onto your father so that we create a sense of invaluable. The, you know, male figure in the upbringing of the child becomes an invaluable person or an invaluable figure, right? So it says this way we keep the illusion that we're in control, and we believe that if we behave better next time, we'll be loved. It says that means all our anger and hurt gets turned on ourselves. This means, right, we think we aren't good enough and we become very critical. No one, as adults, right, we develop this space where these are suppressed thoughts that you don't realize are there. As adults, we might think that we're stupid, that no one likes us, that we're always feeling guilty about something. Now, no one's just going to tell you these are the thoughts that I feel, this is where I got them from. There are certain patterns in their adult behavior that's going to show you that's how I feel. So when you see people that are people pleasing, when you see people that are seeking validation, when you see people that they feel the need to get a reassurance from their environment around them or the public or social media in order for them to, you know, be confident or sound within themselves or decisions they make, and they got these same internal beliefs, right? They can't articulate them, but you can see it in their behavior. It says this happens outside of our awareness, right? Meaning you're not aware that this is going on. It says you won't know that you're doing it, but often our critical inner voice comes from the unconscious belief that we are bad so that we can maintain the belief that our parents are good, right? And so then as an adult, some of the same bad behavior, bad parenting that you underwent as a child, you repeat it, right? Because you have this belief, you have this survival coping mechanism, this strategy that you use, which is quite clever when you're a child. It's just not a thing of fruitfulness as an adult, but you have this idea that my parents are mostly good. I'm obligated to believe this in order to really feel like I got the right upbringing or I have a solid support system behind me. And so you repeat the things that they did, even though they negatively affected you, on your children, right? It then says, we carry the idea that we are bad into our adult life, and it underpins much of our capacity to love ourselves. We don't feel capable in our studies or at work or put to huge pressure, right?
Squad, I'm not team Erica Mena or I'm not team Safaree, bro. I'm team truth. And what this show is that a lot of us need work on ourselves, yo. We get in a relationship with these horrible people and we swear up and down that we not horrible. Y'all gotta understand, you are what you attract. So if you keep attracting horrible individuals, it's time that you take a look at yourself. Straight up, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see y'all later.